So it's Friday, June the 3rd, and it's just pouring buckets. Pouring buckets of rain. It's coming down really hard. So, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're just gonna stick around the house for a bit, have some awesome breakfast. We're gonna make some buckwheat pancakes. Yeah, so let's actually get on with that and have a nice homey warm meal. Ciao. So this here is buckwheat. I don't know if many of you have ever had this or seen this before. This is buckwheat is probably the healthiest thing on the whole planet. Let's just get some of these on the plate here without spilling. Ooh, there we go. There we go. This is buckwheat. That's what buckwheat looks like. And buckwheat has absolutely everything in it you'll need. It has everything from protein right down to vitamin C, all the vitamins, nutrients, trace elements. It has everything you'll ever need. If you eat nothing but buckwheat all your life, you'll live a long and healthy life with it. And I promise you that, because you can research it yourself. Go ahead. It has everything you need in it. And it's probably one of the few products on the planet that does have everything in it. Anyway, what you do with the buckwheat, this is sprouted buckwheat that I'm using, that I cook with. I have two buckwheats. I have one that's unsprouted, and I use that for growing more buckwheat, and I can grow it anywhere because it virtually grows almost anywhere in any terrain. And so I can use that for growing. But the sprouted buckwheat, I use that for cooking, and the reason why is when you sprout any seed, pretty much, what you're doing, or grain, what you're doing is as it's sprouting, it's using up all the starches and sugars in the seed itself, and burns that off in the sprouting process. And then when you stop the sprouting process, then all of the sugars and starches are pretty much mostly gone, or all gone, and all you have left is all the nutrition that the seed or grain provides you. And that goes for any grain, or pretty much any grain, and pretty much any seeds. Anyway, so that's why I use that. It's a lot healthier for you. You have a lot less starches and sugars in your diet, and you just get all the protein and the nutrients and vitamins and everything that it can give you. So let's just move on with this and start making up some buckwheat pancakes. Ciao. So as you can tell, I've got the generator running, and that's so I can bring you this wonderful AC lighting so you can see everything, but also to use my magic bullet. This is indispensable in my kitchen. It's one of the best machines I've got for everything. So basically I've got about a cup of the buckwheat in here, the sprouted buckwheat, in this thing. So what I'm going to do is grind it down to the finest powder I can possibly get it down to. Doesn't run as well with the generator as it does into 110 volts. But it does it. You never run these things more than about 40 seconds, 45 seconds. I don't know why, but that's what they say. Something's wrong with the power here. Weird, kind of weird. Those blades are really sharp in there, so that's probably about as fine as we're ever going to get it. So I'm going to finish that because I don't want to burn out this machine and the generator and stuff. I'm not sure about that stuff. So there we go. That's that for now. So we'll get on with mixing this up, and I'll get right back to you. Ciao for now. So here we go again. I'm going to actually do this in a pot because I don't have a bowl big enough for this kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is take this powdered buckwheat. It's very, very fine powder, fine flour, just like any processed white flour, which is garbage. But so we throw that in there. I got my whisk out here because I'll need it right away. And that is chicken broth. Don't need the chicken broth. What I need is some water. We'll need some water. So what I'm going to start with here, where's my knife? Start with throwing the eggs in. These are duck eggs, of course. What else would I use, right? So in this one, I'm actually going to put 4 duck eggs in. It's kind of equivalent to 5.5, 6 chicken eggs, maybe. Anyway, we're going to do that and blend that. Actually, before I forget, we're going to throw a little salt in that, because you always need a little salt in pretty much everything. There, put some salt in, get rid of these. And then we are going to just whisk this up here and blend it as best as we can here. So there we go. We got this blended down to all the eggs blended into this buckwheat and got it all smoothed out. Now I'm going to add just enough water on and off until I bring it to the right consistency I want. And I actually prefer my pancakes thinner, like a crepe. I'm not a big fan anymore of the big, thick, heavy pancakes. I like the nice, thin, succulent crepe kind of idea. So we're going to mix this up and see what kind of consistency we can get. Now, buckwheat on itself, if you just mix it with water, mix it up and try and make a pancake, it doesn't hold together very well on its own, which, you know, you can still cook it and eat it, no problem. It's just, the cakes will actually fall apart easier. So having the egg in there really holds it all together and makes it stay together as a pancake or a cake of some sort, and it keeps it just held together and not crumbly, not as crumbly. Anyway, we're just going to mix this up and get it to the right consistency that we want, and then we'll start making some pancakes here. Okay, so we'll see you in a minute. Ciao for now. So now this has the right consistency. It's fairly thin. Make a nice thin sort of crepe-like pancake. That's the way I prefer it. So let's get on with that now. So here we go. Welcome to Kent's Kitchen and another episode of Cooking with Kent. So I got my oil in the pan here. I always like to use olive oil, or especially extra virgin olive oil, and always make sure you've got the right, get it from a reputable source. Okay, that's the one I prefer. I don't like those generic or everyday cooking oils they have in the stores. They're some of them can be garbage. So I've heated this up really well, pretty much. Getting the oil really, really hot. And I got this down to the consistency I want. And there's no lumps or anything. It's really creamy smooth. So here we go. This is probably hot enough, I think. I'm hoping. You want to get it pretty hot there. You want to get the oil fairly hot. Make them really sizzle good when they first go in. And I'm thinking this is probably hot enough. It just takes longer when they're cool. So what we're going to do, we're going to spoon some of this out here. Spoon it in there. And then roll it so it spreads around. Make it spread really thin, as thin as you can. Put that away there. Make it spread as thin as you can. Put that over there. I make them spread as thin as I can. There we go. So there you go. Hopefully you can see that. Cake in there. Put you back down. And here we go. So you just let that sizzle. Like any pancake, you let it, all the air bubbles come up and open up and pop and then dry out. And that's when you know your pancake is done on the one side. And of course, if you're not sure, you can always take your egg lifter and lift the edge and see how brown it is underneath. But now we're just going to wait for this to cook on that one side. It's not as hot as I thought it would be, but that's okay. It'll cook good. So here we go. So there we go. It's nicely browned on the one side. So we're gonna, and all the bubbles have opened up and they've all stopped popping and they're all dried out. So it looks perfect to go. There we are. Oh my gosh. What a beautifully browned buckwheat cake. This is great. This is fantastic. There, can you see that now? Isn't that gorgeous looking? That is gorgeous. So I'm going to finish this one off. I'm going to cook a bunch more of them. Throw them on a plate. Oh, I've got my plate here. Put a whole stack on the plate there. And I'm going to smother them with butter, like who wouldn't do that? And I'm going to use some of my homemade blackberry jam from the duck egg lady. So this is great, and this is perfect because this is actually the right consistency. It's more like a thick syrup than it is a really, really thick jam. So it's going to spread nicely over these cakes. So I can't wait to mow down on these suckers. All right, let's get on with it. We'll see you in a bit. So here we go. I've got 4 of these pancakes all stacked up here. The buckwheat cakes. And we just smothered each one of them with butter, because that's what you do with pancakes, right? You smother them with butter, right? Yeah. So we just cover them all with butter, runny butter. Makes them taste delicious. And then, on top of that, we're going to throw the blackberry jam on. And this is nice, fairly runny jam. So it's actually perfect. Well, this one's a little thicker than the usual. Look at that. I'm going to have to scoop it out. Look at that. Gonna have to scoop some out then. There we go. Nice blackberry jam. Well, that's melting everywhere. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's get on and eating with this. Okay, ciao for now. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful pancakes, eh? Covered in blackberry jam. This is going to be great. You can just taste it now. And they don't taste like doughy, like just white flour pancakes. They taste much better, much better. More natural flour, really. And they're, oh my God, they're delicious. So I've mentioned this before in the past. Buckwheat has been misnamed. It is not a wheat. It is not a grain. It's not even related to any of the grains. It's the farthest away from a grain that it can be. It's actually a wild natural weed, and it produces seeds, and the nutritional value in the seed of the buckwheat far outweighs all of the grains put together, all of them. And it's so healthy for you. It's insane. But this stuff is fantastic, and it'll keep you alive and healthy for a very long time. And if you just forage a bunch of natural wild greens and have this, you would live a long, long, healthy life. I guarantee that. Oh, man, these are good. Plus, I love blackberry. These are fantastic. I wish you could taste these. They're great. Best pancakes you'll ever eat. And that song is wrong. Buckwheat cakes and Injun batter makes you fat, a little fatter. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. They don't make you fat if you use the sprouted buckwheat. And even the unsprouted buckwheat doesn't have enough fat content in it. So there you go. The song's wrong. Oh my God. Well, I'm going to really, really enjoy these. So I hope you enjoyed another episode of Kent's Kitchen and Cooking with Kent. So I'm going to eat these and then get on with my day. So bon appetit and ciao for now. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, those buckwheat cakes were really, really delicious. They're fantastic. And then I also had blackberry jam on them, which made them even more fantastic. And all the butter, yum. Oh, they're fantastic and delicious. And those things will keep you healthy and alive for all your life, all your life. Anyway, we've done that. I got the girls in the truck, and in spite of all this crazy, crazy, crazy rain we're getting lately, it says April showers bring May flowers. Well, it's been raining March, April, May, and it's now the 3rd of June. So we got a lot of flowers, but we keep getting rain. Anyway, in spite of all this rain, we got to go uptown and upload a video for you. So we'll just see you when we get there, probably. Okay, ciao for now. So look at this. We're outside of a tennis court here, outside it. And under this bush here, this one on the end there, baby found a tennis ball again. Everywhere she goes, she finds a tennis ball of sorts, or a ball of sorts. Anyway, this one is brand spanking new. They probably hit it once, it went over the fence and they couldn't find it. This one is absolutely brand spanking new. So she's going to play keep away for quite a while with every new one. She loves to keep for a while. Yeah, so see, she'll even pee with a ball in her mouth. She does it all with a ball in her mouth. Oh, this is crazy. She has, I've lost count, 20 or more balls that she's found over the ones we've given her. Anyway, this is crazy. So at least it'll keep her busy for a while. Good for me. Good for me. Okay, we're just waiting for the lunch at the kitchen here. So talk to you soon. Ciao for now. Oh, so last night I wanted to build a fire, and I built up the whole fire, got it all ready to go, ready to torch up. And then I just got too tired. I lay down and I fell asleep. Probably around 9:30 or something. I was just bagged. Anyway, so I went out this morning and I thought, what if it rains today? It wasn't looking like it, but what if it rains today? So I put the wheelbarrow over top of this. So there we go. We got a perfectly dry fire, so I can torch it up no matter how much it's raining later on. So there you go. Maybe we'll have a fire later tonight. Who knows, eh? Okay, ciao for now.
Bye.